So back on the big wall, and this is the neat sum and summary of how markets have moved on the budget day. Shakeout hota hai, wall mein bhi thoda isliye shakeout ho raha hai. Okay, so how markets have moved on the budget day. Now this is the swing. Let's explain this graphic first.
Correct.
Who wants to start?
I'll start off.
Wow.
He's giving me the initiative, so I'll not take that. So the idea is that this is a graph which tells you that intraday, from high to low, how many points has the Nifty swing.
This is not the absolute change, this is the intraday
This
swing.
is the intraday change, the high to low change.
Okay.
And that tells you that over the last 4-5 budgets, we've seen a swing of almost 3% to 5%.
But this is an outlier. I'll keep this outlier. Now let's stand here. 22, 23, 24. 4 budgets. The swing is what? 2%.
2% intraday.
Which is not much.
Which is not much.
Which means even though it's a Saturday, on an index of 23,000, we could see a swing of about maximum 300 to 400 points.
Yeah.
Which is like any ordinary day swing.
Correct. Absolutely.
So your data and your analysis is that this is going to be an ordinary day of trade for Nifty.
Yes. From the high to low. In fact, the best part is, Nikunj, the last 3 days, the last 3 budgets, the close has been 0.1% for the index.
Okay. But Naresh, I could fill in one more ingredient. I think the positioning of the market is like 21. Nobody is expecting anything.
Correct.
This year, government decided that we will go on a binge spending for capex, and that is what markets liked. Could this be a year where expectations are low, उम्मीद कम है, आशा नहीं है तो निराशा नहीं होगी?
So this is the budget where the expectations are the least. The last time it was basically sometime in 2016, where Indian markets were down 20-25% and global had already rallied even going into the budget. Even now, we are one of the only markets which are at a 6-month low. Majority of the markets are 1% away from an all-time high. So a good event would actually propel the Nifty.
And it's interesting that, budget. Nifty last, like Kunal was saying, the grain of the truth here is that the markets have hardly done anything.
They've closed flat.
Because markets were expecting a lot.
Exactly.
Or maybe there was a lot of asha and some nirasha came. Right?
Yeah, and the positioning also has been very different on all 3 budgets, historically.
So if I say this today, we are in for a higher than historical move. We could be in for a better swing, and there is money to be made today for a trader.
I think there's a very high likelihood of that, because we've entered the month of January, we have gone into the budget on a very dismal note for the indices. Sharp correction for stocks, sharp correction for indices. So the room for surprise on the upside should be on the higher side.
Now here are some stocks, and this is fantastic data. These are what we call as budget swing stocks.
Correct.
You always tend to buy railways, you always tend to buy defense. So entire railway basket on the budget day is not giving returns.
It's disappointed, and disappointed in how? Because we've seen an average of 4% to 5% closing downside for these stocks every last 3
So
budgets.
don't buy railway stocks today.
Yeah, stay away.
You got to tell me.
Yeah, stay away.
Don't buy railway stocks today.
Would be avoidable maybe.
No, don't. Yeah, avoidable क्या होता है?
Next day onwards.
Okay,
That
so
is
don't
the
buy
better
railway
there.
stocks today.
Yes.
Correct.
हो गए तो फिर you hold it against you, huh? Everything is live. Whole India is watching.
Yeah,
You know that, right? Don't buy
Absolutely.
railway stocks.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah, on the budget day. Post budget maybe, yes.
Where do you want to keep your hand? Here or here? Because if they go up, you'll have to keep it here.
No, because the stats. So Nikunj, in the last 3 days also, we've gone to a very sharp swing for these railway stocks. So the room of risk reward is also not favorable.
Now, these are what IRDA is not a fertilizer stock. I mean, it's a power stock, but fertilizer stocks. What is this data? None of the government-related stocks do well on budget, is it?
Yeah, so they go into the expectation or anticipation on the budget that there's something going to be big bang, which could be announced, but they come out with disappointment.
So don't buy railway stocks, don't buy fertilizer stocks.
Yeah.
Again?
So there was a time railway budget used to be different, right? And there used to be subsidy numbers, and subsidy numbers also were fertilizers. No more, it does not come as much in the budget anymore.
I used to always think that railway, fertilizer, they are the best railway stocks. The data is telling you that don't buy today. Don't buy railway, don't buy fertilizer. Ab kya bacha hai? Don't buy defense also. Again.
The data in the last 3 years, that's the surprising part, Nikunj. The data is itself telling you that it's been a dismal budget for last 3 years for these stocks.
So don't buy railways, don't buy defense, and don't buy fertilizer stocks.
Yeah,
also.
even the
Look at everything the next day. That would be better.
Boss, ये बड़ा call है, huh? You're sure of this?
Let's hope we don't get a surprise.
Okay. Let's take a break. No surprise on that. Right now it's break. And don't buy railways, don't buy defense, don't buy even fertilizer stock, the data is saying the last 30 years, government-dominated themes, irrespective of the budget expectations, have not done well.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.